If you work for someone, you know exactly what it feels like to wait 30 days or sometimes 14 days until your next paycheck or salary. And I can attest to the fact that some months are better than some. Some months are smooth. You make a few good decisions here and there. It's almost the end of the month and you still have some money to go by. Some months, on the other hand, struggle. It's getting to the end of the month, you're almost out of money, and at that point, you're pretty much counting down the days until payday. And if by some mistake, God forbid, payday delays by a day or two, voila. If you haven't already guessed, I can relate to all of these because you guessed right. I also get a monthly salary. Every single month, I exchange my time and my knowledge for a reward, aka a salary. And if you're anything like me, you've heard financial gurus say it is not good to live paycheck to paycheck, and living hand to mouth can ruin your life, yada yada. I get it, and to be honest, I agree with them as well. But what do you do if life is pretty much whooping your butt? Inflation has got the best part of you, and all you have is that bi-monthly or monthly paycheck to look forward to. What can you do to make sure that your salary lasts until the next payday? Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Antwiwaa. I'm a part-time YouTuber and a full-time employee. On this channel, I share personal finance tips to help young people like myself, like you. I also make videos sharing things I'm learning and how I'm navigating life as a young woman living alone. And this is how I make my salary last until payday, and sometimes even beyond. First things first, I budget. You know what budgeting is. I know what budgeting is. So I'm not going to do an extensive breakdown. I have videos on this channel talking about budgeting and how to go about it. Link in the description box. What I'm going to do is point out the reason you still run out of money even after you budget. That's assuming you budget. Number one, you budget in your head. Sit down with yourself or by yourself. Write it down or type it out if that's the route you want to go. But make sure that every single month you're documenting the breakdown, what goes into every section, and how you're going to spend your money in that particular month. If you do it that way, you're less likely to miss things and you're more likely to have a better view or an overview of what your money is going to go into for that particular month. Mistake number two, you're too restrictive. Your budget is so tight that if you lose 5 cedis, you're in big trouble. It is so tight that if your friend mistakenly invites you to their wedding a week before the day, your entire mood is ruined because your entire budget is in shambles. Relax.
Relax! Relax! It's enough!
You need to set up your budget in such a way that you can enjoy a few things here and there. You can enjoy things that you actually like every now and then. You can treat yourself occasionally. Keyword is occasionally, but make sure that your budget is not overly restrictive that the tiniest thing can just mess up your entire mood for the entire month. Number three, you don't include savings in your budget. So you budget in such a way that you expend every single dime, penny, peso you make in the month. Your account pretty much goes to 0.00 at the end of the month. That's a bad thing. What would you do if you have to pay for something important out of nowhere? Every single month, make sure that you're putting a little money aside into savings or investing. But the way inflation is all over the place, I don't even recommend that you save at this point. Just invest it in something that can give you even a tiny bit of return. It's better than having the money sit in a savings account of any sort, okay? But make sure that every single month, save. If you can't afford to save up to 20% of your salary, which is the recommended percentage of how much you earn every single month, put aside the smallest amount you can afford to save, no matter how small it is. Start putting that aside, build the habit, and as your salary or your income grows, that amount will grow. And then in some years to come, you'll be thankful to yourself for doing that. Mistake number 4, you're not tracking your expenses. Every single month you spend on whatever you like, however you like, whenever you want, and you're not taking time out. And when I say time out, it's pretty much a few minutes or seconds in a day to track exactly what you're spending your money on. So how will you know where to make adjustments where necessary? Because if you're watching this video, there's a high chance that is also something you're looking to do it. How would you know if you have bad spending habits that need working on? You won't. So you continue spending money or wasting money on things that are not of importance to you, instead of nipping that in the butt. And the best part is tracking your expenses is not difficult at all. You can do it in a notebook or journal if that is something you want. You can do it in your note app. You can do it in an Excel spreadsheet if you're advanced like that. Or you can do it in an app. There are so many spending and budgeting apps in the Play Store, in the App Store. Just go ahead, download one of them, and you can track your expenses from wherever, whenever you want. If you're looking for an example or an idea on how to go about it, I recently filmed a video tracking how much I spent in a week living alone. So I'll leave a link to the video in the description box, and you can see how I tracked my expenses in that particular video. I hope it helps. Mistake number 5 is you do not have a sinking fund. Similar to having saving or investment, you need to have a sinking fund. And the sinking fund will pretty much take care of expenses that are not necessarily monthly expenses. So let's say one-time expenses like paying for your car insurance if you have a car, or buying birthday gifts for your friends or your family members, or money to fix broken down home appliances, or even your tech stuff like your phone or your laptop. We can both agree that these expenses are not monthly expenses. But how will you cover these expenses when the time comes, especially when you're not ready for them? That may be hard, except you have a sinking fund you can follow. For the sinking fund, all you have to do is open the account and then put money into it every single month, so that anytime one of those expenses arise, you have something to follow and you don't have to scramble around trying to find money to pay for that birthday gift or the broken phone screen. So how do I make my salary last until the next payday? I budget right and I try to avoid all these mistakes. You can check out the video right here if you need help drawing up a budget for yourself, or you can check out this video right here where I share how I make my food last until the next payday. Remember I said I live alone. Yeah, so I'll see you in this one or that one. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope this video has been helpful. Ciao.